Hello, my name is Mjrlun and welcome back to another video. In this video, I want to give you guys an advanced tutorial on how I do Voxelmancy in Dual Universe. In this video, we'll show you guys how to create Voxelmancy shapes, how to set up Voxelmancy library, and just general tips on how to do it. First, the shapes you should use are the cube shape and the slope shape. This is because these are the most simple for the code to understand and will most likely always work out well. The shapes you should not use most of the time, from most useful to least useful, are the corner slope, the cylinder, the sphere, and the cone. These are bound to cause more voxelation issues such as seemingly twisted vertices, unrecoverable shapes, and more headache than necessary. Only used for experimentation, especially before using them on an actual build. The last thing you need to know is to not use the smooth tool, but you can use the pinch tool. The smooth tool by nature makes most things affected by it look like paper mache, and more quickly causes detrimental issues which cannot be fixed without deleting the whole part that it was used on. The pinch tool is useful for making new shapes, but I wouldn't actually recommend it for general use on constructing builds. If you guys want to set up your own Voxelmancy library, the first thing I always do is create a checkerboard pattern of two different variants of voxels. Has to be two different voxels that matter which kind. All that matters is that they're different. After you do this, I'm gonna turn on my flashlight. It's getting a little dark. Once you do this, you want to pinch in the center, like right about here. And when it does that, you're good. Same on the other side. And then down here, pinch about right there. It's about halfway on this voxel, like a little past the line. On the other side, do the exact same. Then once you do this is make a half block, by the way. Then do the same right here. That's the wrong thing. Luckily, the undo button exists. There we go. And then from this, we actually have, first of all, we have a half block. But on top of that, we have a 2x2 or 2x1 base, as it's called in Space Engineers. Then we also have this quarter slope, which exists, and also you have this quarter block to go along with this quarter slope, which work. And then also on top of that, you get this, which is useful because if you want two different voxels, you can see how this would actually be pretty useful. That's not, I didn't hit shift. How this, oh, well. Let me try that again. Very finicky. Alright. You can kind of see if you were looking from this angle how that would be useful. Anyway. What I actually noticed before, whenever I was making this, which I hadn't really thought about before, is that if you just do this, right? You'll have this, this slope as well. But on top of that, you'll also have this slope, or this corner, which is, it's a corner for these. It's kind of hard to see because of the way that U does AO. There we go. Now it worked when you gotta build them up. That also is pretty nice for whenever you want to do corners on that shape. On top of that, you also have let me rotate that. You can actually see it. This one's it's actually reminds me of Empyrean because Empyrean has this type of shape as one of the things. You can see how it's a corner for a normal slope, except for it has this little chunk. And also, we also created this kind of slope to go along with it, of course, so that's kind of cool. Once you create all these shapes, the next thing you want to do is you just want to copy-paste them as individuals over to some area, like I have right here, where I have all the different shapes that I've made over time, and just plunked here because I thought they might be useful in the future, including, like, the corner like that, a little, I guess also a corner, and then more corners, and then just like general shapes. I've never used like most of these, but it's still kind of nice in case I do end up needing them, that they do exist. Especially because a lot of these are interactions with this type of slope, and this type of slope, and of course the normal 1x1 slope like this. So this is a godsend, this interaction. Other ways you can create shapes is not always using that. You can also do stuff like, let me see if I can set up the scenario. Anyway, so if you create, the way I think I made this one is like this. Wait, like that. This scenario where I made this shape, and then I did that. But then whenever I was over here, I did this. There we go. Yeah, this one is, let's let it register. Then of course this makes this shape, which then you can copy paste out. Remember that whenever you are making like a shape like this, it's usually the bigger half, like this has more volume than this half. Notice how I can't select it unless I'm looking at it from very specific angles. That's because it's not actually a voxel. Whenever I try to copy paste this, it just gives me error, and I can't. There's nothing you can do with error. It's because the first block is actually the thing that has the thing on it. So this you just copy paste this, and then this is pretty sure this is actually identical to this. Hold on, wait. Oh wait, that's the wrong direction. Yeah, this is literally identical to that one. I think whenever I did that, then I also did what did I do? Maybe then I did this. It looks kind of okay. Hold on, let me make sure. Ooh, I made it. Okay, well, if you guys want to follow that, you can. As you can kind of see, like, it's just pure experimentation. Try not to make shapes that look really janky and have lots of, like, you know, issues going along with them. Otherwise, it'll end up biting you in the future. Once you create a shape, though, generally it seems to be very stable in the sense that it won't break and you can usually recreate it without having to undo. This shape, actually, I can show you as well. It was like that. Like this. I think I did like that, and then, no. Wait, did I? Let me think. Oh, wait, I know, never mind. It was like this. Oh, not like that. Like that. Alright, and then, I don't know why that's messed up. Actually, that worked pretty well. And I believe this will... Oh, wait, that's the wrong shape. Yeah, that one voxel actually accounts for the entirety of that area, which is kind of funny. Then you can also do, something like that, and then that would create the type of slope or type of corner I was going for, as you can see. And then you can, of course, copy paste this anywhere and use it for whatever you need. It can look a little janky sometimes, but they work pretty well. Let me just delete it. The last thing I would like to show you guys is like this type of this type of corner. So it's not something you can usually make, but using some trickery you actually can make it. So the first thing you'll want to do is you'll want to okay. I'm gonna make this as exact so you guys can do whatever you want and try to experiment. But anyway, so we take a shape like this. We grab out the slope tool, surprise, surprise, and then we drag it like that, and we create, you know, how we would expect. But the problem is as I mentioned, same thing with whenever you just place it normally, like this. The top isn't there, so it doesn't actually remove this. So the way that you actually make it to where it's like this is you grab these two, as of course this is actually just, you know, that slope but in the wrong place, and then you come up here and you shift place it, and then once you have this, then you'll want to create a slope like that, which will then erase those Voxelmancy issues because we're overwriting it with this voxel data, and then we can remove this slope, and then we just have this shape. You can also just literally grab this, and you can see it's a little wonky right now, but that's because we haven't done the same right here to fix it. So you can also just, you know, the exact same here. It's pretty stable in the sense that it won't just like break on you. Yeah, oh wait, we have a little issue back here. Should just place them. Usually you don't want to actually mess with the shape directly, otherwise you will end up ruining it, but generally speaking, if you just take your time and experiment, you should be able to get a good shape and then be able to mess around with it. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to watch more, or if you have anything you want to say, leave a comment down below, as I enjoy reading them. Elsewise, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye!